Welcome back. One question that I've been asked by several subscribers is how do I avoid time trouble? Now, keeping in mind that I'm not a chess coach or an expert or a titled player, I do have a few suggestions, but you might not like them because they're not this one easy trick that'll solve all your problems type suggestions. Keep in mind that even grandmasters get into time trouble, even when they're playing hours-long classical time control games. Some of the things that have helped me are, number one, practice. Chess is a learned skill, and just like any learned skill, it's going to take lots of practice. Whether it's driving or woodworking or photography, you just have to do it over and over until some of the things become automatic. You practice glancing at the clock occasionally to see how much time you have left. Play more games. The more you play, the more comfortable you'll be in certain positions, the more that you will recognize certain situations, and you can make the next move immediately, thus not wasting time. The second suggestion is to play longer time controls. If you've been playing Bullet, start playing Blitz. If you've been playing Blitz, start playing Rapid. If you're playing 2 or 3 minute games, play 5-minute games or 10-minute games, or even if you're on a site that allows it, like Lichess, play with a classical time control of 30 plus minutes. That way you won't have the same concerns with running out of time. And if you've been playing without an increment, start playing with an increment. If you don't know what that means, increments are the seconds that are added to your clock every time you make a move. So if you've been playing 3-minute blitz games, for example, that's called 3 plus 0, which means when you make a move, you don't get anything added to your clock. But if you play 3 plus 2, that means you have 3 minutes for each player. But every time you move, you have 2 seconds added to your clock. So if you are playing those time controls, or even longer ones like Rapid, you can play 10 plus 5, which means 10 minutes per player, but 5 seconds are added to your clock every time you make a move. So if you are getting into time trouble in shorter games with no increments, play longer games or start choosing time controls that have increments. Now, one perhaps obvious suggestion is to play without a clock. When I learned how to play chess, nobody I knew had a chess clock. Every now and then, if the other player would always take too long for their move, somebody would go get the little hourglass thing that you flip over out of the Scrabble set and force the other player to make their move within 30 seconds or 60 seconds, whatever, however long those little hourglass clocks lasted. But nobody I knew had a chess clock. Nobody I knew had even heard of FIDE or the United States Chess Federation. We just played on the little board with little plastic pieces. You can do that if you have a physical board. And on most of the websites, you can choose time controls that are unlimited. Another option is daily games. In daily games, you have up to a day or sometimes longer to make each move. Now, those games might take weeks or even months, just be warned, but you won't have to worry about running out of time immediately. Also, you can have dozens of those games going on at once, so if your opponent doesn't return your move in one game, just switch over to the other game and see if that opponent has moved. A fourth suggestion, which is kind of a trick, a mental trick, and it's something that I do almost every day, is to pick a shorter time control that you don't care about your rating in. For example, I don't care about my rating in Bullet. I decided that a while ago. So when I play a 2-minute game, it's just to practice moving more quickly and to practice thinking more quickly and looking at the positions more quickly. So when I switch over to the rating time controls that are more important to me, like Rapid, I feel like I have plenty of time. So if I'm playing the 2-minute blitz game, 2-minute bullet game, it just goes bam, 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 and then it's over. I switch to the 10-minute rapid game, I can relax and take a breath because it feels like I have all the time in the world. Anyway, I hope some of these suggestions help you. As I said at the beginning, none of them are one easy trick to fix all your problems type suggestions, but that's the way a lot of things are. The way you get good at stuff is you practice it. Just practice, practice, practice. Choose longer time controls, play with increments, play games without a clock, or that one trick that I use, play a couple of faster games before you play the slightly longer game that's more important to you. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.